Well, hello everyone. My name is Srinath Reddy, one of the founders here at Intentwise. Welcome to another episode of Intentwise webinars. A little bit of background on today's topic. As many of you know, Intentwise, we offer broadly two solutions to the market. One is a retail media optimization platform, and another is a retail analytics platform. And one of our key goals has been to continue to expand our retail footprint that is supported on the Intentwise platform, which is why we began a new partnership, which I'm really excited about, with Criteo. And Dean from Criteo joins me today on this webinar. Criteo gives us access to a much wider retail media footprint. A number of retailers can be activated because of this partnership. We'll get into more details on that today. But we at Intentwise are super excited about beginning and expanding this partnership. Today, I have with me Dean Sevanov from Criteo. He's a senior product manager. Dean, I'll let you introduce yourself. Do you want to take a moment?
Thanks, Srinath. As you said, my name's Dean Nemiroff. I'm a senior manager on the API partnerships team here at Criteo. So I've been fortunate to work with Srinath, Raghu, and their team in getting our integration finalized via our API and starting to support Intentwise's customers. So really excited to talk more about Criteo's retail media opportunities and what the partnership between Criteo and Intentwise means for you all today.
Perfect. A little bit of just quick note on logistics for today's presentation. We are going to record the presentation. We'll share it out after it's done. We'll save a little bit of time in the end for Q&A. And then any questions we may not be able to answer, we'll be happy to follow up. And then I will also share a link. It's actually there on the chat, which is a way to schedule time with us if you want to deep dive and look at our technology capabilities. So with that, I am going to share screen. We're going to tag team here. Dean will lead us to through an initial set of slides, and then I'll close it out with a quick review of Intentwise capabilities. With that, Dean, if you can see my screen, I'll just switch to the agenda slide and I'll let you take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Srinath. So excited to talk with everybody today. I think we're going to touch on 5 key areas. One being, what is retail media? Why retail media? Who is Criteo? Take you through a bit of a platform deep dive so you understand the flow of the platform, what levers are at your disposal, give you a look at Criteo's retailers and the ad types and placements, and then speak to Intentwise and Criteo's partnership and what that means for you all. So why retail media? The answer, retail is booming and it's showing no signs of stopping. E-commerce is expected to just continue to grab a larger piece of that pie, with it expecting by 2025 to grow 1000x. So hitting that 1.5 trillion mark by 2025. So showing no signs of stopping. And I think the pandemic has really accelerated that shift towards e-com and mobile commerce there. With that growth, the shopper journey is becoming increasingly complex. So there you saw mobile commerce even slated to double by 2025. So it's not that just shoppers are going online, they're using multiple device types. And then we've even seen growth in not necessarily how they're shopping, how they're getting those goods delivered. So buy online, pick up in store is growing. And really that just adds even more complexity if you're a brand. With all of these changes, though, we are seeing one common touch point, and that is when shoppers are ready to buy, 68% of them go right to a retailer website to make a purchase. From there, really two paths. We've got 11% of them clicking an ad, going on to purchase. And then some of them, if they're not in purchase mode, 70% are abandoning carts. And then it takes about 2.6 days for them to come back and make a purchase. So those two different paths for the shopper give a lot of opportunities for brands, advertisers to interact with the customer throughout their journey there. And that's why really now more than ever, it's important to reproduce that in-store storytelling and make the customer feel as though the experience is tailored to them, and brands need to be interacting with them throughout their entire journey, from consideration, awareness to that moment they're clicking buy. So who is Criteo and what do we do? Criteo, at its core, we're connecting the global ecosystem. A lot of numbers up on this slide here, but the main takeaway is we've been doing this for a while and at scale. 10+ years of data, retail media data, power our platform, and we have over 1,500 success stories with brand advertisers like yourselves. And our footprint across the retailer network is growing by the day, with over 100+ global retail partners. And a quick snapshot of our retail media technology. We really sit in the middle. We are that end-to-end platform to support it all in one. So we're working with retailers and brands. For the retailers, they have that ad inventory, and the marketers, they have the products to advertise. We're playing SSP and DSP here, making it all seamless in one platform so both parties can win there. So what do brands get out of Criteo's retail media API? Transparency, so being able to see at that retailer and product level what's performing with full visibility into pricing. Flexibility, so giving you the ability to choose how you measure success and what are those key factors. So flexible attribution models and optimization settings. And then also the control, deciding what you want to advertise, knowing what's in stock, what's out of stock, so that you're always behind the driver's seat. If you don't mind going to
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, just for the audience, I'm controlling the PowerPoint slide share, so there's a lag. That is why. So I'm not reacting fast enough to Dean. But, yeah, sorry. Keep going. Yeah.
In addition to some of those benefits of the API, just Criteo retail media in general, you get access to unique retailer inventory. So some of these retailer partnerships, those ad inventory slots, you're not able to get them anywhere else but Criteo or through one of Criteo's API partners. You get first-party data targeting, so no modeling. It's all deterministic retailer intent and purchase data. So goodbye third-party cookies. And then it is an open ecosystem. So this is where our partners like Intentwise come in. So through our API, we make it available in your platform of choice. So allowing you to start putting your Criteo retailer network data. So whether you're running on a Target, a Macy's, a Costco, being able to see all of that data next to your other retail media channels and really be able to see performance in one place.
Yeah, and I just want to add that, I would say that's one of the core benefits that we'll talk about later, which is the last point Dean made, being able to see cross-retail performance data in one place. Of course, Criteo does a good chunk of that. And of course, we from Intentwise add the likes of Amazon and Walmart into that story to complete it for you. But we'll talk more about that shortly.
And to your point there, Srinath, having it all in one place. Everybody's trying to figure out, where do I spend that next dollar? So you need to be able to see it, the full picture, to make that decision. In terms of ad types that you can run via Criteo, we really cover that full funnel, and it allows you to hit shoppers in each of their stages of that journey that I was talking about. So you have offsite display for awareness, on-site display for that consideration, and sponsored product for when they're ready to purchase and get that conversion. So you can really mimic that in-store and offline experience all through one platform. So talked a lot about what you can do with the platform. Now we'll dive a little deeper. I think really what Criteo's retail media platform brings to the table is that balance of machine learning, but also giving advertisers control to steer it when needed. Criteo has been doing this for a long time. 12 years of retail media data powers our machine learning. And that's what goes into our relevancy models, our AI optimizations, and our keyword discovery tools. But then granular controls are layered over that, so that you can bid up on certain products, you can heavy up on certain page types, giving you those controls to, I guess, put that human element into it, where you might understand your brand's goals and needs a bit more than what the data is telling our AI to do. Starting at the top here, getting a campaign built and launching it on retail media platform, we give you full flexibility to employ the structure that works best for you. So there is that campaign, then underneath line item. So line item is where you're going to be selecting what retailers you want to run on. And really, there's plenty of flexibility to get whatever structure you would like. You might have a campaign level budget and then multiple retailer line items underneath it that pull from that budget and wait, hey, I want to spend wherever the dollars are flowing. You also have the ability to put budget at the line item level if you want it to spread more evenly. So you do have that flexibility and control.
Yeah, and I think just one thing I'll add, every platform has this nomenclature and structure to it. So in the world of Criteo and the retailers they support, it's again campaign, line items, products, and there's of course keywords, but really campaign, line item, product is a hierarchy to keep in mind as you think about this platform.
Then we give you the opportunity to decide how you want to measure. So it's not a set look back window or a set attribution model. You have the ability to pick what's right for your brand. So the ability to set look back windows, 7-day, 14-day, 30-day for click, or for view, 1, 7, 14, 30. Really, it's not a one size fits all. And that's why we give you the ability to choose what's right for your brand. And then in terms of product match, so it can be same product, advertised product, they bought it. That's all I want to see. Same category. So as long as that product is within the same category, underneath the same brand. So if we're Calvin Klein and I'm shopping for belts, I see an ad for a brown dress belt. I click it, but then I go on to buy a different, maybe a black braided belt from Calvin Klein. That same category would capture that sale. And then the broadest setting there, same brand. Maybe I clicked an ad for Calvin Klein belts, but I went on to buy a fragrance. That's where same brand casts a much wider net for attribution, and that sale would be attributed to the ads there. So really, it's about deciding what's right for you and how to measure it. And that deciding what's right for you also plays into, what am I optimizing towards? What am I striving for? And that's where we give you automated goal-based optimization models. So We have our clicks optimizer, which is going to strive for driving a strong click-through rate. The bidder will strive to reach shoppers with a high likelihood to drive a click. Conversions optimizer, this is going to work to get you the lowest cost per order. So you might see bids get driven down in scenarios where our algorithm doesn't deem you likely to convert. And then the revenue optimizer, which is going to strive for your strongest ROAS. So looking to potentially bid up in scenarios where our system has deemed, all right, maybe this is an opportunity to cash in on a large purchase. We're going to bid up here to strive for that highest ROAS. Lastly, how are we getting in front of these shoppers? And that's where our keyword discovery model comes into play. So we have a fully automated keyword model. So that data that I keep mentioning, that 12 years of data helps to power it and decide what's relevant and what's going to convert the best based on the optimization model you select. But then there is that balance of that granular control I mentioned with our manual keyword targeting. So right now, as we speak, there is only the ability to add in those negative keywords to make sure essentially you're steering our automated keyword model to those most relevant ones and making sure it's not spending money where you don't want to appear. We are working to roll out manual positive keyword targeting, and that should be rolling out any week now, where you can essentially start to say, hey, I want to spend on this term.
Yeah, I think just to add there, Dean, just some of our audience obviously is coming from the Amazon universe. Again, if you think about levers, there's campaigns, right? There's line items and product levels at which you can set bids. And the keyword lever you have is negating keywords, some of the keywords based on performance data that's been shared, right? So that's the leverage today. And I know Criteo is going to keep expanding that leverage, but that's how it works as of today.
Absolutely. So yeah, there is that opportunity to let the system do the discovery and then continue to refine with those negative keywords.
Yeah.
All of this is great, but it's no good if you don't have the transparent reporting to back it up so that you can clearly understand where the dollars are going and what's working and what's not. And then those controls come into play where you're able to optimize off of that data there. So all of this is in one platform. And then we give self-serve users that support within the platform in terms of a help center, video series. We recently launched Retail Media University, which is a multiple module class that at the end you get certified in retail media and the retail media platform, and it allows you to really learn at your own pace. And then we have great API client partners like Intentwise who can layer on their expertise and their experience to Criteo. So it's really that combination of Criteo and Intentwise driving success.
Yeah, I think the one thing I'll say is, I think many of us, whether you're an agency or an individual brand, I think we're all striving to keep up with this rapidly changing space. So I think the Retail Media University is something that may be just, worth checking out, just in terms of overall team growth. So just FYI.
Get a LinkedIn badge after completing it. So I know everybody likes that.
Yeah. Let me just,
Perfect. So we've talked about retail media, the Criteo retail media platform. Now let's talk about, all right, where are these ads appearing? Where can I run? Criteo's retail partners span the globe and all verticals. So if you're selling a product, chances are you can work with Criteo and Intentwise to advertise it. So giving you a small snapshot of how our retail partners break down across verticals. This is truly just a snapshot of some of our partners, but really Criteo powers retail media for more than half of the top retailers in the US and EMEA. Giving you a look of where ads would be appearing across these partners. And these are predominantly those sponsored product ads that I was mentioning before. So not getting too much into the on-site display or off-site display. If there is interest in that, definitely reach out to Intentwise, or if you're already working with Criteo, we'll reach out to your rep. But sponsored products is what we're going to be looking at here. And that is what's available via the API today. But you get a good sense of where these ads are popping up. So on the left, you're seeing showing up on a search page. On the right, seeing it show up on a product detail page. Then another example of one of our great retail partners, Shipt. You notice on the left, another search page, but the position slots change. So that is a bit of a nuance where each advertiser or each retailer is going to have a slightly different available ad inventory. And that's where that data that we have allows our system to continue to serve the best ads in that right spot. On the right, you've got mobile app inventory there. So that's another thing. Some retailers might have app inventory, some might not yet. Some might have mobile web, some might not. So there are those nuances, but you can see how really you can get in front of a lot of shoppers here. Again, here on the left, an example of a browse page ad. And then on the far right, mobile web. So really covering that full spectrum with ads. And lastly, another example of some sponsored product ads on a search page there, where a Lowe's does the whole right column there, and also an example of some mobile web ad inventory. So really giving you that picture of where these ads are appearing and how it can reach a shopper across its full journey. So I might be searching on my, don't tell Criteo, but I might be searching for something on my work computer and then be checking in on my phone within the app. So being able to get ads in front of shoppers across that full life cycle.
Yep, cool. Yeah, so I'll jump in here, talk about kind of what Intentwise is doing on top of the capabilities that Criteo provides. I just want to reiterate, I mean, you saw some slides with lots and lots of retailer names. The real exciting thing for us is these long tail retailers, we get immediate access to a wide variety of them through this partnership, which establishing individually would take a long time. So that's one of the big values here. So jumping into the Intentwise side of the story, and by the way, I would encourage anyone with questions to start kind of dropping them in the Q&A window. We'll pick them up shortly. But I've got 3 to 4 quick slides, and then we'll get into Q&A. Many of you, I think, who are attending know Intentwise, but for those that don't, again, we offer 2 solutions. One is a retail media optimization platform. We call it the Ad Optimizer, and the other is a retail media analytics platform. And everything we integrate, everything new we integrate and bring into the platform, there's kind of 2 or 3 things that we do with them all the time, which is recommendations, automation, to the extent we can get market intelligence, and I would say bringing all this data together to make analytics easy. So those are the things we do right on top. Let me just quickly touch on the advertising or the ad optimizer piece. Like what is it that you can do in our platform? One is manage budgets and attribution settings across retailers. That is something you can do within the Intentwise platform. Also, bulk management bids and additional optimization levers across retailers is another layer that we bring to the table with Intentwise capability. Lots of rich change history as well as performance diagnostics capabilities, and all that combined with support, live chat support, or any broader support you need. That's something we would engage with you on. So that's on the ad optimizer side. And then the other aspect, which is Intentwise Analytics, which I know some of you are familiar with. A little bit of background on that. Today, we bring all kinds of Amazon data in an automated way, either into our cloud warehouse or to a warehouse you might have. We can pipeline that data in. And what we've done now is we can also bring in Criteo data, which means cross retailer data can be brought in automatically. And some quick highlight on capabilities on that front. We can ingest that data into any database you might have. We have out-of-the-box integrations with all known industry standard reporting tools, Power BI, Google Data Studio, Tableau, so on and so forth. And then also lastly, we at an underlying database level are constructing data models where, for instance, if you want to know at a product level what is happening to performance, media or otherwise, across a bunch of retailers, that's something we are building in natively within the Intentwise Analytics platform. So another huge value add on top of what Criteo already does. So I would think of it as we have activated capability on the ad optimization side as well as analytics side. We are relatively early in this partnership, so this will continue to evolve. And then I'm sure there's, one of the questions that, many of you I'm sure have is like, how do you onboard a client, right? So a few things to note with the retailers that Criteo supports. First off, the client has to be selling on that retail platform today. So that needs to be a yes, okay? Second, if you already have a relationship with Criteo, just reach out to that same rep and talk to them about the Intentwise integration. We can work through that channel. And if you do not use Criteo already today, reach out to us. I've already dropped the a scheduler demo link, but I'll share a slide in a moment to give you additional contact information. But reach out to us and we can help you get the right relationships established. And the last thing to note, I think there are nuances that are different by each retailer. We just, it'll just boil down to who the specific retailer is and what the specific issue is. I have this line item here just to set the expectation that things will be different by certain retailers. And as we collaborate, we'll just have to hash through those. But at a very high level, like these are some basic guidelines to, help you or one of your clients get onboarded. So that's a quick summary on what Intentwise is doing on top of Criteo. And there's a question here about algorithms and what is Intentwise doing on top of those algorithms. I think the way to think about this is Criteo natively has a bunch of algorithms, right? So, and through Intentwise, you can choose and set certain parameters on those algorithms, whether you're optimizing for conversions or what have you. You could do that. Additionally, we will continue to add levers and optimization capabilities on top of that, but it is very much we will always try and complement what Criteo already has. So that'll be our approach when it comes to optimization algorithms. With that, I think again, please feel free to enter questions into the Q&A. I'm going to open up this slide, which gives you, how do you reach out to us? There's a QR code here that'll take you to a page where you can schedule a demo, and I will also repost the link to the demo just in the Q&A section. For some reason, the live chat seems to be not working for you. I don't know if it's accessible to you, but I'll just go ahead and post the link to set up demo in the Q&A. Give me one moment. So feel free to enter your questions. We'll take them. Dean, I've got a couple here already, so let me start there. One is, are there any spend minimums before you can activate a client?
For sponsored products, there are no spend minimums, so you're welcome to get started with the amount that is right for you.
Okay.
For display, it depends retailer to retailer, so better to work with your Criteo rep there on pricing.
Got you. There is another question here, which is just time to onboarding. Anything you can share in terms of, the assumption here is that that client is selling on that retailer, right? That's the basic assumption. That's not something you help with. So if you're not selling on Target, I think that's something you have to work with Target. But assuming you are selling on Target or Best Buy, can you kind of just share what timelines could look like on that?
Absolutely. So it's a fairly quick process, but if you've never been running with Criteo, there is that period just to make sure we're getting accounts created and then the actual IO generation. So that's typically 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
If you're starting from scratch with Criteo to get the account created, get everything ready to go. And then it's worth noting, this is the case with any machine learning, there is that kind of ramp up period. So generally we see about a week where our system's really getting its footing, learning about your products, what works, what doesn't, and is making those kind of micro optimization before it kind of hits the ground running there.
Cool. There's a question from one of our partners out of Mexico. Mariana, Dean had already answered that. I've sent the note to Antonio, check with him, but I think on the Mexico side, Criteo, Dean, you can correct me, but I guess Criteo doesn't support the Mexico market just yet. It is a fully managed piece in Mexico, but if you want to add some color to that, Dean, I'll let you.
Absolutely. So Criteo's relationship with Walmart Mexico, really we're kind of powering it, but it is entirely sold by Walmart Mexico, and it is a fully managed service. So if you're interested in running on Walmart Mexico, best to go through Walmart Mexico, and that's more so just a business operations side, as Srinath was alluding to there. Not that we don't want to be able to run that with them. And
let's see, there's one more question here. Let me see.
Mariana, if you want me to tackle that one, Srinath, is there a way to import 3P audiences to Criteo? We touched a little bit on display today. Right now, it is that we're not able to import, say, your data from a CDP. The audience targets can most easily be kind of grouped into two realms. You've got kind of your shopper audiences of, all right, these are shoe shoppers across all of our retailers, or those distinct retailer audience where I'm going after Macy's shoppers. So it's all still that retailer data. We're not currently at the stage of importing 3P audiences.
Any additional questions from the team or the audience? Let's see, there's one more here, I think, or a couple more. Give me 1 second. Is there, you see that question, right, team? Language targeting available for this? Is there any language targeting available for display?
That's a good question. I would have to get some clarity on that. Now, in terms of language, are we talking site-based, where you're appearing for offsite, or more so layering in demographic of language spoken there? Either way, I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but that's definitely something that I can follow up with some more info on.
Yeah, Mariana, like if you just shoot us just your bunch of questions. We'll get those taken care of. You know, awesome. Any other questions? Cool. Again, the webinar will be made, the recording will be made available shortly. Dean over here is getting married this weekend in some beautiful place in the Northeast. But thanks for making the time today, Dean.
My pleasure.
And then I think as we ramp up, there probably will be more questions that we'll find additional avenues to kind of get those answered, and also, keep you up to date with lots of new developments, which I know are on their way. So again, we are excited about this partnership. Dean, thank you for taking the time today, and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.